Chapter 9. Billy's New Plan. Alan and Mark were waiting for Billy and James. They wanted to hear their news. Billy wanted to tell them everything, but James was nervous. "We can't talk about it," he said. "We're already in trouble, Billy. Mr. Hopkins will be furious if we tell them." "But we're only telling Alan and Mark," said Billy. "They're our friends." "Okay," said James. So the boys told their roommates everything. "That's incredible," said Alan. "So Mr. Evans steals things from the school and takes them to the church. Then he signals to his friend with the green light over the lake, and his friend knows he's there. Very clever." "We saw him at the church on the 1st of February with a package. Was it the painting from the Great Hall?" asked Mark. "He entered the church, and then we saw the green light over the lake, and thought it was the ghost of the Green Lady." "It all makes sense, but Mr. Hopkins won't believe it," said James. "He'll punish us tomorrow." "Don't worry," said Billy. "Mr. Hopkins won't expel us." "No," laughed Mark. "You'll get detentions every day for the rest of the year." James was very tired and went to sleep immediately, but Billy couldn't sleep. An hour later, he was still awake. Suddenly, he sat up in bed. "I've got a great idea," he thought. "I'll use my bugging device. I can put it in Mr. Hopkins's room and hear the conversation between him and Mr. Evans." Billy was very pleased with his new plan, and finally he went to sleep. "I can put my bugging device in Mr. Hopkins's room," Billy told his friends the next morning. "I'll record all the conversations in Mr. Hopkins's office on my tape recorder. Mr. Evans will meet him this morning, and we can listen to their conversation after school." "Good idea," said Alan. "We'll listen to the tapes later. It's fun being detectives, isn't it?" "My reading group is in the headmaster's office every Tuesday, and that's today," said Mark suddenly. "I can do it for you." "Brilliant," said Billy. "Take the device in your pocket and stick it under the table." "No," said James. "Mr. Hopkins will see him." "No, he won't," said Alan. "While Mark is tying his shoelaces, he can put it under the table. Mr. Hopkins won't notice." Mark put the bugging device in his pocket. "My lesson is at 10 o'clock today," he said. "I'll see you at lunchtime and tell you everything then." "Good luck," said Alan. "I hope this works." "Me too," said James. "I hate being in trouble." At lunchtime, the four boys sat together. "It was easy," said Mark. "The bugging device is now under the table in the headmaster's office. It will record everything that happens in there today." "Great," said Billy. "I really hope it works. I can't wait to hear the tapes." After school, Billy ran to his room. He lay on his bed and put the headphones on his ears and turned on the tape recorder. He could hear sounds recorded from Mr. Hopkins's office. "Wow," he thought. "This is brilliant. I can hear everything." Then he heard a knock on Mr. Hopkins's door. "Come in," called Mr. Hopkins. Billy listened carefully and recognized the voice. It was Mr. Evans. Billy concentrated on the conversation. Mr. Hopkins was shouting. "You're an idiot, Tony," he said. "You ruined our plan." "I didn't know those two boys were following me," Mr. Evans said angrily. "That Billy Harrison is dangerous. He'll discover everything. He suspects us, and he can tell his dad. We don't want a policeman around here." "Relax," said Mr. Hopkins. "Nobody will believe him. Billy is just a kid, and he's the new boy. I'm the headmaster here. After 20 years of teaching, people trust me." Billy was shocked. "Mr. Hopkins is also a thief. Now I understand everything, and this is bad news."